There are two key things to understand as you begin to prepare a presentation. The first is, what's your purpose? What's the point? What are you trying to communicate? And the second is, to whom? What is your audience and what are they expecting? What are they looking for? So we're going to talk in this brief lesson about understanding your audience. First thing, read chapter 2. Read it carefully. There's a lot of good information in there, more than I'm going to go over here, and it's a little bit different than what I'm going to be talking about here. So be sure to understand what's in chapter 2 as you begin to work on your first rehearsed presentation. I'm going to talk about 4 basic ideas. I'm borrowing from journalism: who, where, when, and why. So first of all, understand who is in your audience. And this can be everything from the number in the audience to age, expectation, what's the gender, do you have any feel for the cultural background of your audience. Be aware of what your audience makeup is, and also be careful not to oversimplify, not to engage in making assumptions about your audience that then becomes a bias that creeps into your presentation. That's discussed in more detail in the chapter. Also, it's important to understand where and how you're going to be delivering. So if you're delivering, so for this class, obviously, we're doing this all virtually, and so that's a whole different process. For example, one of the things that we will talk about as we go through class is how to create the illusion of eye contact when you're presenting virtually. If you notice, you see me down in the corner of your screen, I am attempting to make virtual eye contact with you by looking at my camera and not down at the screen here. Those are the kinds of things that are going to be different when you're presenting virtually versus presenting face-to-face. So understand your technology regardless of whether it's virtual or in person. Are you going to be using a microphone? Are you going to be walking around? These are all the kinds of things you need to understand. The when comes down to, what's the circumstance that you are presenting in? What is there an event? Is there some kind of underlying purpose that has to do with when, where, and how you are presenting? Make sure you get all of that and prepare accordingly. And finally, the why. So why are you the one giving the presentation? What's expected of you? And how do you put those considerations into how you prepare and then how you deliver? So these are things to get you started thinking about your audience, understanding your audience to help you prepare for your presentations. Now, go to your textbook and very carefully read chapter 2 to get the full picture.